Okay, let's bow down our heads and pray. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for this wonderful session. We pray that you be with us as we share and also learn. Father, may your angels, Holy Spirit, be with us and guide us throughout this meeting. May we have a grateful heart and mind to learn everything that we need to learn from this meeting, and may it stay in our hearts and in our minds so that it may influence our lives here on earth. May your will be done in the mighty name of Jesus. Have I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Without wasting much time, I'd like to acknowledge all the leaders of NUGS-CHINA. They are all in the house. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Thompson, our VP. He's in the house. Honorable Selom, our Secretary, NUGS National Secretary. We have our Honorable Organizer, Mr. Seto. And then we also have Honorable from, I think it's Aisha from Chenjo Secretary. And then we also have Clement. Honorable Clement is also here. We want to appreciate all of you. I also want to appreciate each and every one of you. I can see a lot of guys online, and I want to appreciate your presence. So without wasting my time, I'll just go straight to introduce our guest or our speaker for today. I call him Chairman, and he calls me Onukba. It's been a while we got to know each other, and personally, he's been a blessing to my life. So I hope he's also going to bless our lives. He's his Dr. Perry Akon, and he's a legal advisor in Xi'an. That is Kai-Star Corporation. Charlie, it's not easy. Legal advisor part. He's also a married man with 2 kids. He's married to Victoria Akon, and he strongly believes a family is an institution which is critical to everyone's development. Yeah, so today he's here to speak to us, and he's titled his message. His titled his message is a very powerful one. I wanted to say, but I just realized I'm not in church. How much money is enough money balancing your family and career? I don't know how many of you are excited for this, but I am very excited. And at this point, I would like to welcome Chairman, Brother Perry.
Onukwa, can you hear me?
Yes, please. I can hear you, Chair.
Great, Charlie. It's good to see you. Charlie, you're looking fresh. What's your secret?
Oh, the secret is love.
When is the wedding? When is the wedding, Charlie?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it backstage.
Great. Let me see if I can share. My screen.
Yes,
I really want us to have a very nice and laid back discussion, because yeah, we are in a time and age when we all understand how things are flowing, and we all have different priorities and different agendas as per life. But it's good once in a while to learn from each other. It's good once in a while to learn from each other. So I really want us to just come in here with an idea to just learn. We want to learn. We want to basically learn and just get to understand how things are going with reference to life. Can I share my video? Can I share my video? Can I share my video? Can you see me, please?
We can see your screen, but we can't see you.
We can see your screen, but
You can see my screen, but you can't see me.
Yes.
Oh, we can see you.
But I can see myself. I can see myself. So can you see me?
I can see
Yes,
you too.
I can.
Great. So let me just do a quick introduction. My name is Perry Eko Kabrakun. I'm Ghanaian, and I love the Lord so much. I think that's one critical aspect of me I wouldn't want you to miss. I love the Lord so much, and beyond that, I'm serving in various capacities. Amidst those capacities is that I'm working as a legal advisor to Kaistar International Corporations, an import and export company in Xiamen. And I'm also serving in my fellowship. I'm also serving in my fellowship as a preacher, an interim pastor in that regard. I believe in the light of me being a preacher, I don't want this to be inclined to making people feel like I'm going to be speaking to only Christians. No, I'm not going to be speaking to only Christians. Hopefully, I'm going to share principles that will cut across every aspect of life. So whether you're a Christian, whether you're not a Christian, you should be able to pick a thing or two. And it's definitely going to be interactive. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts and sharing some one or two things in that light as well. So prepare to also get interactive. I'm very honored. I'm very honored by this invitation. My big brother, brother Terrence, has really done a great job by getting me, because my shadow has been really off the roof over these past few months. I just welcomed my son Judah. I just welcomed my son, and
Judah,
Charlie, be easy, Charlie. Be easy. If you want to born, Charlie, you have to prepare. Now, a lot of people, they don't prepare before they born, As soon as you get up, once your feelings is giving you direction, once you just go and find a baby, and by the time you realize you have impregnated the baby, once the abortion fails, you give birth, then you realize that, Charlie, you are putting yourself through a whole lot of pressure. Let me just share this with you, Charlie. The reality is this: if you don't plan for life, Charlie, life will hit you so hard. If you don't plan for life, life will hit you so hard. And the idea of planning for life means involving your today in the outcome of tomorrow. Every decision you make today is literally going to inform how things turn out tomorrow. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know how things got this way. You end up getting to a place where you see that life is in a mess. I don't know how it happened. But the reality is that the end product of tomorrow was based on what you fed your yesterday. What you feed your today is literally how things are going to turn out or churn out when you get to tomorrow. There is nothing like a coincidence. Yes, there are time and chance happening to all men, but the ideology that things happen out of thin air is not really right. Even the place of grace presenting an opportunity must meet a prepared person. I'm going to say that again. Even the place where grace meets a person or presents a person with an opportunity, the person must come prepared. Otherwise, it becomes useless. So the reality is today, we are just going to talk basically about the essence of balancing family and career. And one of the key things that cause people to live a very unbalanced family life and career life is the essence of money. And what I want us, the question I really want us to answer is this: Charlie, how much money? You pop the thing, the money, how much money is really enough money? Can you get a money in your bank account and say that this one there enough is enough? Can you get a certain amount in your bank account and say that me, Andrew, me, Perry, I've had enough money. Now let me focus on something else. We really want to tackle the idea of the perception of money, the idea of the desire of money, the idea of the craving of money, and the idea of the want of money. and the idea of the want of money. So quickly, before we continue, I just have a question to ask. And the question is literally this: in your own opinion, how much money is enough money? I want to, if you can put it in the chat box, write it in the chat box. How much money is enough money? Don't feel shy. If you think you have a specific figure, or you think infinity, write it there. How much money is enough money? I want to see your thought pattern. I want to get to understand the range of ideas that will pop up in line of interacting with you. So basically, the first question I want to ask the open house is: how much money is enough money? How much money is enough money? How much money is enough money? Yes, can I see some comments? Brother Emmanuel has written plenty money. Brother Terence has written a lot of plenty. No money will be enough for me. Hey, Erica, someone has written 5. No amount is enough. I saw this video of this guy who said they asked him how much money do you need before you get married? And the guy said 1 billion Ghana cedi. And they said so even if you get 1 Ghana short of 1 billion, will you marry? The guy said no, he's not going to get married. So the reality is everybody has their pegging for how much money is enough money. And from the comments, we can see someone has written 10 to the expo infinity. 10 to the expo infinity. 10 to the expo infinity.
Is this in the whole of NUGS?
And the reality is many people to a large extent will say the truth is no money is enough. No money is enough. No money is enough. No money is enough. So quickly, I'm going to run through some few characters for us to learn a thing or two. The first thing I want to do though is I want to highlight the most important thing. Money is good. Money is good. I want to say this and say it emphatically. Money is good. Money is very important. Money is an important commodity of life. The reality is that whether you like it or not, money will have an impact in your whole life. Whether you take pride in the essence of getting a lot of money, or you don't take pride in getting a lot of money, the reality is one, that money is good. Money, and I want you to take your mind to the point that money is not something to fight against. Majority of the time, we have built a certain mindset to let us feel as though if you want to remain humble, Charlie, you don't have to make a lot of money. I don't think it's a good perception. The reality is money is good. And in the light of being able to solve certain problems, money will help you to solve problems. A lot of people I've spoken to in marriage, and a lot of the problems that are in the marriage is because there is no money. You know, a lot of the problems that are in the marriage is because there's no money. They'll be fighting and they'll be doing a lot of things, but the reality is because they don't have money, a lot of these tensions build up and they end up in quarrels. Sometimes women tend to even they change how they behave to their husbands because there is no money. And if a man has money, literally he's respected. So the first thing I want you to know is that money is good. Money is good. If you are with me, I just write in the chat group, money is good. Money is good. And I want you to have that mindset to know that money can bring change. Money can help. Money can cause a lot of development. Money, if money was not good, Bawumia will not be going around borrowing. You understand? Let me just put this there. Money is good. Money is good. And as individuals, as nations, as people, we need money. We need money. So that is the first thing I really want you to understand, that money is good. Let's look at people who really made very good use of money. People who really made very good use of money. The first person I really want to mention is Oprah. Oprah is a multi-billion person in the US, and literally she started off from a very poor background. In the light of making a lot of money, she has accomplished a lot. She has so much money that she is funding so many children in Africa schooling that she doesn't even know the number of people she's supporting with reference to schooling. Things got so tough for Oprah to the extent that she couldn't even get 3 square meals. 3 square meals were difficult for her to have. Even the essence of clothing, even the essence of living a normal life was very difficult. She was laughed at because of her clothing, but in the light of discovering purpose, she hit a jackpot. And she found money. And we all bear witness that to a large extent, she has become very influential. And in the light of money, she has touched a lot of lives. Trust me, a lot of people who have problems, the main or the core of the problem is money. And Oprah's life is a direct example. I've heard so many testimonies that in the light of being a philanthropist, she has touched so many lives. And I strongly know that she has a lot of very divergent views. I'm so much against. I'm against a lot of her views, but we can't take away the fact that she is a philanthropist and she is helping so many people. Recently, she just helped someone cater for surgery. A young child that was dying, Oprah helped pay off the surgery one time, and the child is alive now. So despite her divergent views, she gives us the understanding that money can be a blessing to people if used in a certain way. The next, and what I want you to bear in mind is that she started from a poor background. Till she moved to a place of influence and power. And the next person I really want to look at is Scholes. I don't know how many of you know Howard Scholes. Howard Scholes is literally one of the key personalities behind Starbucks and Scholes Enterprise and Corporations. So Scholes is literally someone who grew from a place of no money. And with his siblings, with his parents, they used to live in a humble apartment. And he saw his father being turned down severally. At the age of 7, he wrote a story about when he was 7 years old, how the disappointment of his father got to him. And now we see that Scholes is literally a multi-billionaire as well, who is influencing lives. And when I say influencing lives, I mean that as an individual, the money that he has gotten, he is putting some to good use. Scientology, through research and other aspects, that is contributing to the lives of people across the globe. So I really want you to understand this. And the first point I made here is that money is good. Don't put in your mind that money is evil. There is a line where we need to come to the point where we understand that it is the love of it. It is when money owns your soul, money depraves you of character. That is when money is bad. But in the essence of money in the right hands, money can be a blessing. Money can be a good thing. And there are so many problems that are existing in our country, Ghana, in some individual lives, in some marriages, in some places that would not be there if money was there. So that's something I really want you to understand. And despite their various differing opinions and how things have gone with reference to their various standpoints in life, I just want to say that my focus here is how they had nothing in the beginning, but now have moved to a place where they have a large amount of money and are using that money to help people. Divergent of their personal opinions. Great. So we're going to move on. But one thing I also want you to understand is that money can also destroy your life. I have seen so many people who were so content with life, and the very moment they had money, what happened was they changed. And when I say they changed, I mean literally their whole life turned upside down. So as much as money can be a source of blessing to people, to families, money can also be a point of condemnation. Money can also be a point where people's lives' character can be depraved, where people's sense of judgment can be changed. So money in itself has two edges. It can be a blessing and can literally cause people to also fall. But the most important thing I want you to understand is that, one, money is good in the sense that it can impact lives, and two, it can also destroy lives. Money can destroy lives. Money can destroy lives. The first person I'm going to talk about here is Marvin Gaye. Some of you who are music lovers of old, I believe you know Marvin Gaye. He is literally one of the best musicians that lived in his era. And he also started from a humble beginning. But the very moment he had enough money, he started dealing in drugs. And in the line of dealing in drugs, he started hitting bankruptcy. He started hitting bankruptcy because of extreme expenditure. He was spending so much on things he didn't even need. He was influenced by friends, influenced by groups of people that literally destroyed his life. And in that sense, what happened was he got in a confrontation with his dad because of his lavish lifestyle and how it was bringing shame to the family. And eventually, his father killed him. He was shot dead. So we see a life that was humble from the beginning, and right at the advent of money, things begin to change. So the reality I want to throw in here is that, one, money is good. Two, money can solve problems. But three, money can destroy lives. And I really want you to understand where I'm coming from in the light of money can destroy lives. People can say it's very subjective in the sense that I have enough money, I do what I want. After I do what I want, I take my life. I don't mind because it's my life. The reality is no single life is lived in subjectivity. The reality is we are all connected one way or the other, and your actions per objective standards speak volumes of your decisions. So we see Marvin Gaye, a typical example of someone who began from a humble beginning and literally got to a point where he had money, and then the money began to ruin him. So the next person I also want to look at is someone I like so much, that is Mike Tyson. I like him so much because of his view on family. He has some amazing views on family, and I like his respect for the essence of family. He was asked once, what does his titles and all the things he has, what do they mean to him? And he said they're all garbage. What means most to him now is the joy of his children and the joy of his family. And for me, that was a very solid statement. I missed all the craziness in his life. That was a very solid statement. So Mike Tyson also began humbly, started getting into boxing, started getting so much money, especially in those early bouts. He got so much money, and guess what happened? Again, drugs. Drugs steps in, and his life is literally destroyed by drugs. He starts abusing women. He starts hitting people off the chat, and court cases comes in. They are fined, there are jail times, and he hits rock bottom. He's not dead though, but he has declared bankruptcy. And there were times where other celebrities would say, Mike Tyson would get in touch saying, I need your help. Could you send me some money? So we see the essence of how, again, someone who has a humble beginning, but at a certain point gets in a certain amount of money and takes a detour to a corrupted life, a corrupt sense of living. And my main focus here is for you to understand the essence of money, how money can be a blessing and how money can destroy people. And there are many of us, even in our little lives, when we get some small RMB, our life changes. Small RMB we go get. Small RMB we have, then the way we even talk to people begins to change. Sometimes it might not even be money. Small position you would get, then your whole life changes. The way you and your homies go to talk, say, small thing, no, you don't want advice. Small thing, no, you have not even gotten anywhere, then your life is changing. And the reality is, money has the reality and the power to change your mindset. Money has the ability and the power to change your mindset. That is why it is a good servant, but a bad master. No matter the circle you come from, be it in Islam, be it in Christianity, be it in Buddhism, be it in paganism, money literally has the power to corrupt a person. Money has the power to corrupt a person. So moving on, I want to really talk about the idea of money. The idea of money. The idea of money. And in this point, I'm going to highlight three key things. Three key things. One, money is a tool and not an end. Money is a tool and not an end. Anybody who has perceived money as a tool to get to something has always found right reason and has maintained a good character. People who always pursue money as an end, majority of the time end up being destroyed. So the first thing I really want you to understand is that money is a tool and not an end in itself. So when you have the idea that money is a tool which leads and facilitates a destination or facilitates a certain agenda, then you get to understand that your idea of the pursuit of money should not be holistically consuming, that it leads you to corrupt your mindset, corrupt character, and corrupt vision. The idea that money is an end is what will cause a lady to start sleeping around just because of 10 kwai or 100 kwai. I remember when I was in St. Augustine's College. I was in St. Augustine's College, and we went to inter-colleges. We went to inter-colleges, and I believe you're all Ghanaian, so maybe you understand what I'm talking about. We went for inter-colleges, and after the inter-colleges, I ended up in the club. And I was dancing with one of these town girls in Cape Coast, and she said, brother, he said, young man, can you give me 10 Ghana cedis and I'll do anything you want. This was in high school. In high school, we ended up in a club, and the lady was like, give me 10 cedis and I'll do anything you want. So the idea of money being an end is what actually causes people to have default in character and default in the essence of decision. But when you see money as a tool, there's actually a good way of maintaining your line of thought. The second thing I want to say in the reality of money is that money has a time frame. Money has a time frame. The ability of you to understand the time frame of money is one thing, and the ability to make good use of money within that time frame is another. The reason why a lot of people's lives are fluctuating in the light of the usage of money is they do not understand the time frame of money. There's something people within the investment circles call the influx of money, and they call another thing the incubation of money. There's a time where the money comes in influx, there's a time where money is incubated, and there's a time where money is generated. So unless you understand the place that money is not in its sense a stable commodity in your life, mismanagement and abuse is inevitable. No matter the circle you are in, if you don't learn to understand that the constancy of money is dependent on its usage within a specific time frame of its influx, you will definitely abuse the money. You will definitely abuse the money. And I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to say, a lot of people within the religious circles lack basic financial understanding. They lack basic financial understanding. Again, I just want to say that I might shine in the light, I might speak in the light of biblical principles, because I'm a believer and I believe some of these principles cut across in the essence of existence. One of the most important aspects of giving, one of the most important, I call it the five laws of giving. The 5 laws of giving. The first giving I always practice is giving to God. The second sense of giving I always practice is giving to myself, giving to my future self, giving to my soul. The first line of giving for myself has always been giving. I give to the Lord, my tithe. And after that, the second line of giving is I give to my future self. Whatever amount I get, I make sure I give to my future self. The idea of wealthy people is that they know what to take and they know what to preserve. So the first understanding I really want you to get in the line of wealth, in the line of money, is that one, money is a tool and not an end in itself. If you see money as an end, what will happen is it's easy for you to be corrupted. Then the second thing I really want you to understand in the light of money is that money moves in line with the time frame. When there's an influx, you must know that there must be an incubation and there's a need for a regeneration. If you don't decipher what to take and how to spend, what happens is that money would be wasted or abused. And it cuts across all aspects. And the third principle in the light of money I really want you to understand is this: money comes with a burden of responsibility. Money comes with a burden of responsibility. Everybody who has lived an impactful life has come to grasp with the term that to whom much is given, much is expected. If you really understand the purpose of receiving and living a life of benefit, you need to know that it is not for you alone, but it comes to a point where it builds responsibility. It builds so much responsibility. And one of the reasons why even people across the diaphragm of religion and paganism and atheism and all that, the reason why some people have gone to cultivate the essence of wealth and riches is because they've learned to understand the responsibility of money. People ask why Bill Gates keeps getting richer and richer and richer. The Bible, literally, the essence of biblical references, Quranic references, the essence of Hindu references speak that the ability to manage money and use it to be a life changer in other people's lives gives a certain authenticity to the management of money. And in that case, often more than not, money is often never run dry within those hands. So in simple terms, when money is put in reference to its responsibility, the flow of money is never cut. So that is the first, these are the 3 key things I really want you to understand. These are the 3 key things I really want you to understand. And I want us to binge our minds on principles. Binge your minds on principles, even as we move in that direction. And the next most important thing in line with the theme is the idea of family. And the first thing I really want to say is this: and it might seem a bit harsh, but I want to say this: not everybody is going to toe the line of family. That's the reality. Not everybody is going to toe the line of family. When I say not everybody is going to toe the line of family, it means some people are going to be individualistic from birth. Some people are going to be individualistic from a certain understanding of pursuit of purpose till they die. Not everybody is going to have the mindset of getting married, of establishing family, of catering for people in that sense. No, and that's the truth. That's the truth. And the second point of family, I really want you to understand is that if the essence of family becomes your priority, then you need to understand that the fabric of the institution of family is governed by principles. And these principles don't care who you are. If you want to have a family, these principles should be obliged to. Otherwise, your family will become a liability. Prostitutes are born through a family. And because people have the wrong perception of family, what happens is people are born without the right, without the right guidance. Armed robbers are born in families. And what happens is because they lack the basic understanding of family, people will end up being delinquent. And statistics prove that any single person who ends up from a family of single motherhood is literally 10 times, there's a possibility of that person moving to a place where he or she can hit a rough road, whether the person likes it or yes. Once you are born to a single family, there's a high possibility of hitting the rough road, irrespective of how your family is made up, irrespective of how your father or the single parent would end up treating that single child. So the reality of family must come with the essence of responsibility. The idea of having a family should not just be for the beauty of it, but must come with the understanding of responsibility. So the first thing I said is we shouldn't all have the mindset that everybody in life has the same interest or has the same ideology that family is important. Trust me, there are people who care less about family. Very individualistic, very self-opinionated, and the reality is they just move in line of selfishness, thinking of themselves, and are willing to forgo the essence of family. And the second point I really want you to understand is the place of responsibility if you decide to have a family. If you decide to have a family, know that it comes with a burden of responsibility. You don't just get up and say, I want to be a father. The reason why we have so many broken down families is because people don't understand the responsibility of family. If you say you want to be a father, then you must understand the place of responsibility to your child. If you say you want to be a mother, you must understand the place of responsibility of motherhood. No matter the helpers that you might get along the line, you still have a responsibility that you are obliged to fulfill. And the third essence of family I really want to talk about in that light is when it comes to the place of taking decisions. Your decisions today literally is going to affect the turnout of things in the future. Your decisions today are going to affect how things turn out in the future. So if you are someone who is a spendthrift, you spend money by heart. If you get money, the least money you get, you are on Taobao. The least money you get, you are at KFC. All you know is, Charlie, you are declaring for the boys. Oshe, you are taking the boys to town. All you know is Louis Vuitton bag. Your decisions today will definitely have the implications on your family in the future. So I hear people saying, I'm going to change when I get married. It's a big lie. Your idea of responsibility and your idea of family is critical even when you are single. So your today is critical to how your family turns out. So I'm literally going to say that again. I'm literally going to say that again. One, in the light of people who are not going to end up in families, it's a reality. There are people who are not going to get married. There are people who are not going to have kids. Then the second thing I want to say is that if you decide to get married, know that there is a place of responsibilities. Don't just decide to get married for the sake of marrying sake. Then you all you want is the ring. Charlie made a diamond ring go. No. Know that marriage goes beyond the ring. The essence of family goes beyond the thought of just having kids, and there should be a place of knowing that there is responsibilities. As a father, there's responsibilities. As a mother, there are responsibilities that you must desire to fulfill. And the ideology, the third point with reference to family, was the place that your current decisions affect your family in the future. The character you are building up now. Now, a lot of young men, super bet, always betting every day. You are betting. You don't even know how to save. A lot of young men, they have no savings. You get money and your money is gone. You literally don't think of tomorrow. And you are always borrowing. You have borrowed so much that now your friends have changed. Your friends have changed your number on your name on their phones to Mr. Borrower, Lady Borrower. You borrow money for wig. You borrow money for bags. You borrow, and you are living outside your means. That attitude is literally going to affect you when you start cultivating a family. Because attitudes and habits are not changed overnight, especially the essence of sexual immorality. I always say this, when it comes to the idea of family, your today is going to influence your tomorrow. So as a young man, if you don't know how to close your zipper, you don't know how to say no to everybody that is in skirt. Every lady that is in skirt, you are going to chase that lady. Whether they are from Ethiopia, whether they are from Madagascar, once they are in skirt, you are going to chase that lady. Marriage does not solve the essence of sexual immorality. What solves sexual immorality is self-discipline and self-control. What solves inappropriate expenditure is self-discipline and self-control. Start now. Learn how to control yourself. Learn how to put tabs on yourself. Learn how to control yourself so that at the end, it gets better for you. Great. Am I communicating? If you can hear me, put a thumbs up in the chat group. Let me know that I'm communicating to people. And in the light of this, we need to also know the place of sacrifice. The place of sacrifice is critical. One person I have come to understand that has sacrificed a lot is Elon Musk. He said it so clear that I have no time raising kids. I'm chasing purpose. Elon Musk, he said so clear that I have no time in raising kids. I'm chasing purpose. Whatever decision, whatever pursuit you have, you are sacrificing something else. Whatever decision you make, you are sacrificing something else. So when you decide to be a career woman, when you decide to be a career man to the fullest of capacity, without giving full consent or full adherence to family, know that you will at the end sacrifice something. The reality is, no matter the decision you pick with reference to purpose, with reference to pursuit of money, with reference to career, if you take that decision, you will sacrifice something. If you decide to prioritize the essence of family, know that you are going to sacrifice a certain level of your career. So the place of sacrifice should not also be seen far-fetched. And the idea of balance is a reality, but majority of the time, balance in itself comes from a place of sacrifice. So that is one thing I really want to let you know, that in the essence of sacrifice, you need to know that you are going to let something go. If you want to get to the fullest, you must learn to let something go. And I just made mention of Elon Musk. I made mention of Elon Musk in the sense that he said he's not ready to raise children. He's going after money. He's going after purpose. He's going after his vision. And there are many people, for example, Oprah. There are many people who say that they are going to sacrifice their family, because of their career. There are many women today who claim they have not seen the right man. They've not seen the right man. So in the light of purpose, they are by no means going to sacrifice career for anybody. And for me, that is something you need to live with. If you say you are not going to in any case get married, you should know that you are sacrificing something. But one thing I also want to say is the place of promiscuity. If you, I've met women who say they are not going to get married. If you are not going to get married, there shouldn't be a case where now you as a man you are hunting over young girls and you are destroying people's marriages by going after people's wives and all that. If you say you're not going to get married, you are not going to, then you need to know that in essence of fathering children and the essence of taking care of children, there's certainly going to be a lapse. And if you understand the place and the responsibility of family, it comes to a point where your decision must influence your reaction to things. And especially within the Christian circle, if you were a Christian, if you are Muslim, within the religious circle, if you are in this light, deciding not to pursue marriage because of career, then you must also say no to sex. There are a lot of people who say, I'm not going to get married, but in their mind, they have ideas to still continue having sex, which basically is wrong within the context of religion, especially in Christianity. So if you claim that you are sacrificing, know the pros and cons of that sacrifice. And if it is worth it, you pursue it. Great. Going on, I'm going to also touch on the place of reconciling purpose and family. Yes, you can have purpose and family reconciled in a very good way. You can have purpose and family reconciled in a very good way. Purpose and family are not at loggerheads. You can actually pursue purpose, but also satisfy the needs of family. The fact that you want to be a career woman does not mean that you should go and tie your womb because you don't want to have kids and kids will be a hindrance. There are many women who have achieved greatness and still maintained a full understanding of family. And for me, that is one critical thing I want us to understand today. That is one important thing. That is one important thing I want us to understand today. That in the light of balance, it speaks to the part that you are going to pursue, but as you pursue, you are not going to neglect your responsibilities. You are going to pursue your career as a doctor. You are going to pursue your career as a professor. You are going to pursue your career as a teacher. You are going to pursue your career as a lawyer, but you are not going to neglect responsibility of fatherhood. You are not going to neglect responsibility of motherhood. And the reality is, for this to be done, there needs to be a good understanding. There needs to be a self-preparation. There needs to be a place of character. There needs to be a place of decision making. If you don't build these factors in place, you may say all the things you want, but you would still fall out of place when it comes to good balance. Many people began right, but didn't end well. Many people had family in place, but one way or the other, they were overcome by purpose and lost their way. So the reality of reconciling purpose and family, I would highlight in three things. It starts from now. And I'm speaking this with all the passion in my heart in the light of understanding how important family is across board. For national development, for development in the church, across all circles of religion, across even atheism. The essence of family is critically pronounced in the sense that when you have a strong family unit, there is a strong nation building. There is a strong national unit. There is a strong societal unit when family stands strong. So the idea of purpose and family should be something that should be encouraged. And it comes by the essence of preparation, starting from today. Have the mind, start preparing yourself that I want to be a father, I want to be a mother, I want to fulfill purpose whilst seeing to it that my daughter has everything she needs. Once you start thinking about it, what happens is that you start asking critical questions. You start asking critical questions. What are some of the critical questions you need to ask yourself? When is the right time to pursue this aspect of my vision? When is the right time to get married? Is there even a right time for marriage? Why is it that if people cross a certain period within the time frame of life, then they end up delaying their marriage? Why is it so? Why is it that to a large extent, sometimes when purpose is so highlighted, it actually brings confusion within the family? Because a mother will neglect her role, a father will neglect his role. Why is it so? So the idea of starting now will build your conscience to ask the right questions. And you need to read. You need to read. Guys, read. Enough of the YouTube, enough of the Netflix. Read. We all need to read. The reason why our generation is really slugging off is because we are not reading and getting the right information. For some of us, our major point of information is TikTok. What do you mean? Our major source of information is Twitter or Facebook. I'm not speaking against them in any way. All I'm saying is that make time to read. Make time to read. Seek knowledge. Seek knowledge to prepare yourself. Seek knowledge. The idea of preparatory now hinges on knowledge. And be very mindful, because now not every book is a good book. Now, not every book is a good book. So I want to speak to the fact of preparation as the first point. And the second point of the idea of reconciling purpose and family is shared determination. Shared determination. Just be determined. It's not going to be easy, but be determined. Be determined. Be determined. You would have to work harder than normal. You would have to put more effort than normal, because people who just focus on one thing literally would not have a lot of demands on them. But people who are seeking professionalism and also seeking the essence of a sustained family, a blessed family, you would have to give more. So you need to be determined. You need to be hardworking. And you need to come to the place where you know that there will be a good reward in that sense. When I say good reward, purpose has an expiry. Purpose has an expiry date. So the first thing I spoke in the light of purpose and family leads directly to the essence that purpose has an expiry. Purpose has an expiry. Purpose has an expiry. So in the light of purpose having an expiry, what I mean is this, that one, when you live so much of a career life, know that a time is going to come, you're going to retire. You're going to retire. You might not be a supermodel all your life. You might not be a doctor all your life. And majority of people who have sometimes lived strongly career-oriented lives, they end up getting to a point where they don't see the essence of companionship. The essence of companionship. So I really want to draw attention to the reward of balancing both, where to the extent you pursue career and then you come to the point of how do you say, building a family. Because at that point, what happens is, as soon as even you end up with career, the joy of the family you have labored for is still present. It's still present. Is still present. And I want to remind you again of the words of Mike Tyson, who said that all my trophies are garbage, all my belts are garbage. My joy now is my family. My joy now is my family. So with reference to reconciling purpose and family, I spoke to starting today. Starting today. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. And I moved to the point of reading. The essence of reading. Read. and I spoke about the essence of determination. Be determined, be determined, be determined. And I spoke to the essence of the reward at the end. It will not be easy, but there is a reward at the end. There's a reward at the end. Now, going forward, I want to speak about setting your priorities. You need to set your priorities straight. You need to set your priorities straight. What do you really want in life? What do you really hope for? Many people don't even know what they want in life. Take time to think. Take time to think about life and visit some of the things that in the light of your decisions and priorities you've set in place. Visit them regularly. So we are coming to the end of 2021. Sit down and think through 2021. You know what you said you would do, at the beginning of 2021. When some of you began, you said, I'm going to be reading a book every month. I'm going to be publishing five articles. I'm going to start my own business. When you set your priorities, when you set all these things, make sure you review them. Review what you decided to do in the essence of the year. Learn to review. When you review them, then you can reprogram yourself, preparing for the next year. The idea of setting priorities also comes with the point of revisiting those priorities. For now, I want to urge you, if we are all students, if you are all students on this line, your priority should be to graduate. Your priority should not be to go and jump in front of kindergarten children. Your priority should not be to go and chase money. Your priority should be to graduate. That is why you are in China. Trust me, if your purpose is inclined right and you set your priorities right and follow them, what happens is they align together. They will align together. They will align together. So if you're a medical student, enough of the kindergartens, enough, and you are going to speak by force a foreign acquired accent. You know, I'm from America. You are not from America. You are not from America. You are from Togo. You are not from America. You are from Benin. You are not from America. You are from Congo, and you are from Ghana. And you are putting all. You need to come to the point where you understand the place of priorities. So why are you in China? Why you now ask yourself why are you in China? Set your priorities and revisit them. Set your priorities and revisit them. Charlie, your life is meant for greater things. Don't let 100 quite derail you. Your life is meant for greater things. Come on, my sister, your life is meant for greater things. Because you know, I hear a lot of Africans are needed for modeling. Some of them are doing babysitting. Your life is more than babysitting. Your life is more than modeling. Set your priorities. What is your priority? What is your priority? And understand the place of time. Understand the place of time. Understand the place of time. Charlie, you will not be young forever. You will not be energetic forever. The reason why we have old men who are supposed to be resting, but yet they are working, is because they did not utilize and they did not understand the place of time. Some of us, we sleep too much. You can sleep, and your roommate will think you are dead. Hey! See, you need to understand the place of time and why you need to work within certain frames. There are people who literally are the only hope for their family back home. In Ghana, I know people who came here and they knew that they are here. They are here to study, but they found an opportunity to serve their families back home by sending a few RMB, or that's very good. But know the priority. Know the priority. So the idea of knowing time is very important. Understand the place of time management. Understand the place of time management. You have exams and you are still going to jump. Eh? You have exams and you are still going to, no, come on. Come on. So the reality is understand the place of time and utilize the time for the right thing at this appropriate event. So the place of time will present you a very good ideology of balance. Doing what has to be done at its appropriate time will certainly give you a clear-cut place of balance. So understand the place of time. 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 Because what you can do today, you might not be able to do it every time. You might not be able to do it every time. You might not be able to do it every time. The strength you have, you might not be able, and now is the time for you to work hard. When you are done, when you get to a place, rest will come. Rest will come, but work hard. If you know you are the main breadwinner of your family and you are here, you need to come to understanding that you will apportion your time well. That even as you might be working along the side, you will still be able to accomplish that which needs to be accomplished. Appreciate the place of time. Appreciate the place of time. Appreciate the place of time. And what I want to say next is know how to say no. Know how to say no. Know how to say no. A lot of people don't know how to say no. Mind you, not every opportunity is meant for you. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Some of us, everywhere we are there. Everywhere we are there, so we don't even know how to apportion our time properly. We don't even know how to apportion and prioritize our lives properly, all because we don't know how to say no. Some of us, certain relationships are making us unfocused. So the idea of saying no is not bad, especially for the ladies. Not every proposal that comes your way, you must say yes to. The fact that he bought you pizza, the fact that he has been sending you hongbao once in a while, it doesn't mean you are obliged to say yes. The young men, you need to know that the ideology of no also applies to you. Not every opportunity is meant for you. And as you grow and you build this habit, what is going to happen is when it gets to a point in later life where you have so many projects, you have so many opportunities, you have already built the understanding of how to say no by identifying what needs to be done now and what should be done later. So no is very important. No is very important. No is very important. Am I speaking to somebody? If I'm speaking to somebody, just give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up in the group so that at least I know that people are listening. People are listening in that regard. People are listening in that regard. And I again, as I rightfully said, I may not have all the answers, but I am building a trajectory where you build a solid understanding today for tomorrow. And that's the reality. That's the reality. Your understanding of today is what makes your success of tomorrow. The character you have today is literally what is going to establish you tomorrow. What's going to establish you tomorrow. And in conclusion, I want to say that know your purpose. Know your purpose. What is your purpose in life? Know your purpose, because out of your purpose will determine how you approach some of these things. The essence of family, because your purpose would even determine the kind of woman you marry. Your purpose would even determine the kind of man you marry. So know your purpose. And when I say know your purpose, I mean take time to understand the trajectory of your life and where your strengths are leading you towards. And even in understanding the place of purpose, you know that purpose comes with a sense of jurisdiction. When I speak of a sense of jurisdiction, because you know your purpose, you know that when you finish medical school, you are not supposed to go back to Ghana. If you understand your purpose, you know where your life is leading. And the second thing I want to say is, You are unique. Don't copy people. The fact that people are doing it, it doesn't mean you should do it. The fact that people are doing it doesn't mean you too, you should do it. Your greatest strength is your uniqueness. You may look odd, you may look a different way, but build and understand the essence of your uniqueness, because that is your greatest strength. Don't follow the crowd. If everybody is chasing marriage and you know deep within it's not meant for you, don't. So the idea of purpose, the idea of uniqueness is great. If everybody is saying, as a woman, me, I'm not going to marry because I want to be a career woman. Me, I'm going to tie my womb and all that. And you know that that is not for you, don't. Build the idea of uniqueness. And the reality is the essence of being unique and solid comes from a place of building character. Build a good character. Invest in your character. Don't be gullible. Don't be easily persuaded. You say yes today, you say no tomorrow. You say no today, you say yes tomorrow. Build the essence of character. Build the essence of understanding that your decisions matter. So character comes with the place of decisions. Build character. And one sure way of building character is knowledge. Read and prepare yourself for tomorrow. And like I said in the beginning, even from the spectrum of religion, especially in Christianity, what happens is that if you are not well prepared, an opportunity presents itself, you would flop. And a lot of people are not being moved to the next stage of life because you are ill prepared. Build character. I remember when I was working at the Ministry of Gender. I was working at the Ministry of Gender in Ghana. And before I started working, I told myself, I'm never going to take bribe. I'm never going to take bribe. And I remember at that point, I was made in charge of tax exemptions from imports. So if you are importing something that is going to an orphanage, that is going to healthcare systems, as donations and whatnot, you have tax exemption. And one day a guy came to me and presented documents requesting for tax exemption. And I saw that he said he wanted tax exemption for a Bentley, and he's going to donate the Bentley to Peace and Love Orphanage. Bentley. And he's going to donate the Bentley to an orphanage. And I outrightly knew he was lying. So I said, no, I'm not going to process your documents. And he gave me an envelope. He gave me a brown envelope that this is for you. And I opened the envelope. And at that time, before God and man, I have never seen money like that my whole life. At that time, I had never seen money like that my whole life. But I still said no. Because I had built my character to arrive at a decision before the situation. I'm going to say that again. You must build your character in a certain way that you know the decision before the situation. If you leave yourself to arriving at the decision at the point of the situation, you will make mistakes. So always build character to a point where you have the understanding of knowing what you are going to do at that situation. It helps to make you get the right decision at that point in time. Then the place of knowing how to handle money. Know how to handle money. Like I said, money is good. Money is a very good servant. Money solves problems. Money is the core of development. Money is the core of achieving creativity. Money is the core of bringing support. Once you are able to learn how to understand money and handle money, what happens is you will be at a good point to determine how your life trajectory would go with reference to job, with reference to career, with reference to making decisions. People who accept bad job offers are people who have a very poor appreciation of life and money. People who end up being changed by the place of money are people who lack poor understanding of money. And I'm going to say this again. Money has the potential of changing your character. Money has the potential of changing your character. You need to come to the place where you know that money can change your character. So you don't build trust and build relations on money. Don't build trust and build relations on money. If you start accepting money from just anybody, what happens is you begin to sell your allegiance to them. And the final point is understand the place of responsibilities. And on that note, I want to say it begins now. Understand the place of responsibilities. It begins now. It begins now. If you really want to come to the place of understanding family, you need to come to the place of moving now, and moving from a place of a responsible mindset and not a place of I need, I want, no. Actually, people who have had so much money in their first place never thought of getting so much money. All they wanted to do was be responsible, solve problems. And the idea of family should not be eroded. I have spoken so much, but I really hope something has sunk in. And I won't lie, my objective is to get you to a place where you understand the place of balance, especially from today. Understand the place of balance and understand the place that money is not everything. There is purpose. As much as money is good, money is not everything. Money is good. And fear people who their whole life is about money. Fear people like that. They can do anything for money. So I really want to highlight the point of family and highlight the place of balance and highlight the place of your decisions today. Once you're able to carve yourself in the right way, making the right decision is inevitable. Making the right decision is inevitable. Times are going to come when you will need to take tough decisions. And I pray that you will not forget this. You will not forget this. Great. So let's go to question and answers. If you have some questions, over to you, brother Terence. Over to you. We can take some.
Okay,
and please don't be shy. Don't be shy. If you want to come as direct as you can. Come as direct as you can. If you're a Muslim here, you're a Buddhist, wherever you are, if you're an atheist, come as direct as you can from your spectrum, and we'll try to answer it together. Over to you, Terence.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, as he said, if you have any question, please feel free. You can send me a direct message or you can put it in the chat box, and we're going to read it out for Brother Perry to help us with it. Okay, so let me start. Onuba, please, I want to ask, when is there any like a right time that you feel like, yeah, I'm okay to get married or to build a family?
Very good question. Very good question. Very good question. The reality is, for every single individual, the ripe age for marriage is different. For every single individual, the ripe age for marriage is different. And one thing we need to understand is that marriage brings a spectrum of preparation, and that essence of preparation should not be neglected. And it comes with the essence of responsibility. So everybody gets to that place of responsibility and preparedness differently. People say, I don't need enough money. I don't need money to get married. It's not true. It's not true. If you get married, your children are not going to drink water. Your children are not going to eat sand. If you get married, your wife would definitely need. The reality though is every situation is different, and everybody has a way to maneuver around. But what happens often more than not is people don't think about marriage well enough to know whether they are ready or not ready. So actually, I've had so many female friends who tell me, I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush to get married. I want to do my PhD. Then in the third year of their PhD, they call me, Brother Perry, I really want to get married. And I said, sorry, aren't you the one who said you don't want to get married until after the PhD? So I believe to a large extent that, one, in your uniqueness, understand your journey, understand where you are going. I understanding my life trajectory, I knew that I had to get married before I started my PhD. I wanted to marry a Ghanaian who can cook beans for me. I actually means Mogobe. Yeah. I wanted a Ghanaian who can cook beans for me and a little bit of palm nut soup with tuna. I like with some very soft omutu on the side. So I knew that if I don't gauge before my PhD, I'm not going to return to Ghana for a long time. And it's possible if I don't get that, it means I'm going to marry a foreigner, maybe Chinese or American. I was open to that, but I knew that. So I knew the time frame because I understood my life trajectory. So the only thing I'll say is that, one, everybody's timing is different, but you need to understand your life trajectory and spot the window. 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 Great.
Okay, thank you very much. Spot the window. That's nice. We're still waiting for your question. Okay, secondly, we are in the whole thing of a woman is a helper. Yes. So is there such a thing like after marriage, your woman or your wife can help you bet for your finances, or you need to have feel like you are okay enough before you approach the marriage? Is there such a thing like since the woman is a helper, she knows she can help you with your finances?
Charlie, the men here, Charlie, let me tell you, no jokes. Your success, the farthest you can go in life is dependent on your wife. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even joking about this. The kind of woman you marry determines how far you go in the delivery of purpose. And that is why a lot of people don't get married, because they don't find someone who is compatible to whatever journey they are going. But trust me, the idea of a woman's place in a marriage and helping the man succeed can never be underestimated. We need to come to the point to understand that a woman is not meant for the kitchen. I'm going to say that again. A woman is not meant for the kitchen. And when I say a woman is not meant for the kitchen, I meant that women have so much more to give than just the kitchen and opening up their legs for sex. If you marry a woman just for sex, then that's all you get. But they can give so much more. If you marry a woman because of her buttocks, that is all you are going to get. Don't expect her to give you good ideas when it comes to finances, because all their powers are in her buttocks. The reality is that the farthest you can go is dependent on the kind of mindset your wife will present to the table. There are so many men whose finances were turned because of advices of their wives. If you marry a woman and all she knows is pedicure, manicure, Brazilian hair, Madagascar weave, if that's all she knows, my brother, you are doomed. You are doomed. And that is why I say, as a man, invest in your wife. Let your wife go to school. Let your wife learn. Because Charlie, we are no more in those days. We are no more in those days where you will let your wife just be a home. No. Let your wife be an intellectual. You go to a place and they are asking questions about government and finance, and your wife cannot talk some. Your wife cannot talk some. So men, the only thing I want to say is that understand the place of your purpose. Understand the place of your purpose. If by virtue of where you are going, you need a stay-at-home wife, there's nothing wrong with that. Find a stay-at-home wife and marry her. If you are going to be a CEO and you know you are going to need a wife who can be now they have another one, what's the name? MGO. If you are going to be a CEO and you have a wife who is going to be an MGO, then you need to make sure that you are picking someone who is intellectually capacitated. And know what you are going to get when you go for someone who is intellectually capacitated. Because when the person is intellectual, the person is not going to be a yes boss woman. So you know what you are getting. You didn't go for someone who is just going to sit down and watch you and be dependent on you. No. So you just need to know what you are getting per the wife. And I encourage the men here. First, know your purpose, and from your purpose, pick a lady who can support you. And to the ladies, are there any ladies here? Ladies, are you here? Ladies, are you here? Are there, if there's a lady, are ladies here?
Yes, yeah.
Ladies, don't waste your time on any foolish boy who does not want to improve your life. I'm going to say that again. If from the way they are dealing with you, if you see that they have no interest in improving your life, don't waste your time on them. Don't waste your time. If he's not showing any interest in your career, and don't waste your time. You marry him and you destroy your whole life. So ladies, again, don't marry because of 6 packs. Come on. Don't marry because of 6 packs. Don't marry because he took you to Pizza Hut. Marry because he understands where he's going. Marry because he knows how to treat you as a lady. Marry because he knows how to nurture what is in you to achieve the best. Great. Is there any other question? If there is no question.
Is there any other question? Please, let's try, at least we give room for 2 questions and we are done. Maybe this time from the ladies.
They said it's 2 things. If you finish sharing and people literally are not speaking, it's 2 things. One, either they didn't understand anything and were not following, or 2, it was quite direct and they understood what was being said. I want to say that
really direct. Punches.
I just want to say that, Charlie, where the world is going, we need to still remember the priority of family. And as young men, Charlie, we have a huge responsibility. As young men, we have a huge responsibility. Charlie, men, make we no mess up. Make we no mess up, Charlie. Our fathers, people who went ahead of us, they messed up big time. They didn't know how to control themselves. They didn't know how to balance properly. They raised funny children and all. Charlie, let's give our children a better life. Let's give our wives a better life. All I want to say is it's very important. It's very important for us to maintain a certain understanding. Life is changing. There are a lot of things that are moving in different ways, but it's very important to make sure that the foundations are not joked with. Don't joke with the foundations. And the family is one of the foundations. Family is one of the foundations. And the greatest thing you can give to yourself is understanding how to bring other people up, including your wife, including your children, and I want to say this, women be very, very, very also patient when you get to the point of marriage and the essence of career and all those decisions. Be very patient and have your family at heart. Have your family. Too many times I have seen so many women who have missed out on good balance between career and family. And there are some who have done it, and it's possible. It's possible. Guys, let's hold family in high esteem. It's still beautiful to have a good family and to Charlie. It's so beautiful when you have good career and you are going out on vacations with your family and you have a beautiful daughter and your daughter is growing under the right atmosphere of love and care. Charlie, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Let's not neglect the basic understandings of family. And let's be very careful what we consume. Nowadays, there's so much junk. There's so much junk going around. There's so much junk going around. I'm a very strong anti-LGBTQ. I'm a very strong anti-LGBTQ. There is nothing good about a man's buttocks, and there shall be nothing good about a man's buttocks. I'm very strong anti-LGBTQ, and I say that it's a very, very direct aim at destroying families. A very direct aim at destroying families. Moving from a very governmental point of view, moving from a very psychological point of view, moving from a lot of views, I can boldly say that the family system is directly under attack. And we should learn to uphold the values of family. And it begins today. It begins today. I want to believe that a time is going to come. I'm going to see all of you having amazing careers and literally having amazing families. Having amazing careers and having amazing families. It is possible. You can do it, but it starts from today. It starts from today. It starts from today. So thank you for having me, Brother Terrence. Thank you for having me, Brother Terrence. I just saw someone has raised their hand up. Eben Nixon. Someone has raised their hands up.
Okay, Eben, you can talk.
My big brother, is the timing okay? I think we are beyond time.
Yeah, we are beyond time, but can we give him the chance?
Okay, big brother. You have the floor. You have the floor. You are the Onupa. You have the floor.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, good evening. I just wanted to chip in something for our young ladies as a married man, and
Wow.
been in China also for a long time. There's this saying, behind a successful man, there is a woman, but then we need to take it to the next level in order to be that successful woman, that woman behind a successful man. Ladies, who would like to encourage you to pick up extra learning, like my senior man said. If you're a nurse, your husband is getting successful, you will have to pick up something a little into MBA or something into business in order to understand the business world, in order to be that woman giving that man success. If you are an engineer, your husband, or let me give you a practical example. I have a brother, he's an engineer. His wife started as a secretary, but then my brother was very eventful. He started his own business. Quickly, the woman saw that, excuse me to say, as for us, our family English here, I'll probably say I'm even the best of all with this colloquial English. So the wife realized that, hey, my husband is very entrepreneurial. It's within our family. The wife quickly started doing MBA courses. He finished, and then quickly, he came to support the man. Every time you go home, you see this woman behind the computer. It got to a point, my brother will tell you plain, if you want to speak English, say it to my wife. She knows how to interpret that English to me, because his English, as at that time, wasn't that good. She takes the wife to board meetings and every other place. He's just walking outside. He knows the technicalities of the business, but the English they are speaking, they are bombarding him with it. You get it? So they come home, the wife is able to interpret everything they are saying to him, and then he's able to bring the technical part of it. I can tell you today they are billionaires. I'm not just talking. Get me? And every time you go home, you see everyone asleep. This woman is behind the computer. And the wife is also one of the tech people, the top executives at University of Ghana in terms of administration. So aside her job, she invested her time into her husband's business. And I can tell you, we all say we are proud of this woman. You see, that is how you become that woman behind the man's success. Like the lecturer said, it's not just by cooking for him or just by opening your legs. So we plead with our women that, look, every time you see a man with a vision, try to upgrade yourself to a point where you can be able to take his vision. They say women are incubators, right? Whatever you give them the seed, they give you a child. So then when you have been able to upgrade yourself into that field he's trying to go, but then he's being distracted or whatever, he cannot find his bearing, you will be able to give him a better advice. Then together, you'll be able to go. I do the same here. I'm married, like I'm telling you, I'm a wife. I'm doing so many courses. Every time I am stuck, I go to my wife. So Charlie, they say this thing, this. Sometimes they tell me I'm tired. I know your abilities. And because of that, she is able to help me with 1, 2, 3. Imagine, I really appreciate my wife in terms of when it comes to helping. Other than that, I would have been stuck in so many ways. Do you get me? So this is what we mean by behind a successful man, there is a woman. You are able to push because you have also upgraded yourself in his field. And it's nice when my brother comes home and my talking with the wife. The wife is an administrator at University of Ghana, a big time. But then she comes down to her husband's level. What's up? And that is how. So ladies, we are encouraging you. Don't just be whatever you are. And then to the men too, when our ladies are going up, don't take it as a competitive competition or don't see them as taking over. Do you get me? The best thing you can do for yourself is to push your wife higher than you. Because definitely, if you're on a payroll, you come to retirement before she comes, right? So who's going to take care of the family? So it's both for our men and to our women. Thank you very much.
Great, wow. Amazing.
Wow. That's powerful. Yeah, that's powerful. Brother Eben, Nikwe, please offer the man up backstage. Yeah, in light of this, Brother Perry, are we planning the men's conference?
I think I should have had a little bit of pre-information about the context of the people I would be speaking to, because to be frank, I didn't want to bend so much in the line of biblical references, because I didn't want to be how do we say, biased if they were Muslims or so. Down if there's a congregation that we are willing to fellowship together, I'm ready to learn. And definitely we can spend some few days together in Jinhua. We can spend the what's the name? This last few days I was in prayer, and one thing the Lord was telling me about the essence of manhood. The essence of manhood was that self-control is a must. Self-control is a must. And when I was writing down the notes, the first thing I wrote there was, not every hole is a hole. That was what I wrote down. Not every hole is a hole. And the idea of self-control being a must for men. Now men are just having sex randomly without knowing the right way to go. And they are destroying and killing themselves. So I think we can have a nice conference going forward. I look forward to talking to you.
Honorable, I wish to be part of that topic. Not every hole, because for me, I think as a married man, the hole is only for dessert. But some people eat the dessert and then the food they cannot even eat. So I'll be interested in that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Brother Eben.
Can I get? We'll talk.
Don't worry, I did in Nanjing. Everybody in Nanjing knows me. Where's Clementus?
Okay. So before I hand over to Brother Terrence, I just want to say thank you again, and I'm going to just key in my email address. If you want to reach out, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than available to talk and share one or two things and learn from you as well. So please don't be shy to reach out. And I want to say thank you again to Brother Terence. Brother Terence, I thank you for not giving up. My life has been a bit busy over the few months and weeks, but thank you so much for not giving up. And I really thank you for the opportunity to share. My only heart desire is that please, you shouldn't forget what has been shared here, and have a desire to have good balance for your family and your career. Thank you so much for having me. All the best, Brother Terence. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Brother Perry. We are really blessed and impacted by. I honestly don't know what to say. It's just too much for me. It's just too much for me. And I believe most of us are being blessed by today's. I'm forced to call it a sermon, but it's not a sermon, presentation. And on behalf of Jinhua, on behalf of NUGS executives, national executives, Brother Perry, I want to say a very big thank you for gracing today. It's not been easy for you, I know. I've been disturbing you every day. How far, and all that, but you still made time out of your busy schedule to impact us today, and we are very grateful. We are very grateful. And at this point, I also like to acknowledge our national president, the mama of the house, Madam Eileen. She is here with us. National President, we salute you. And also one of my closest buddies, Brother Gideon of Hanjo President, is also with us. And so at this point, everything is done. And we will work to bring you more of this with Brother Eben Nixon inclusive. So thank you very much for today. And we would like to call on our sister Blissful to close with us with a word of prayer. Jinhua will come. Can you please close for us with a word of prayer? Blissful, are you here?
Hello, I'm here. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Gracious Father, we thank you this evening. We thank you for such a word. We thank you for participating from our big brother and the contributions and even the techniques that we have. We thank you for such enlightenment and we are thankful. We pray that everything that we learned today be embedded in our brains, in our hearts. Let us live with it. Let us not just follow money. Let us execute money. But help us also purpose and honor. We pray that as we are going to our bed, be with us. We are not leaving your presence. Please pray with us. Let everything that we do from him be accepted and let it please you. In this name, we pray in Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
I
So thank you all
only
very
heard
much
amen.
for today.
You only said amen.
Yeah. You were praying.
You only heard amen.
So, should I take
Oh.
it again?
No.
Remember Benjamin.
Brother Nikwe.
I was telling my voice, no, I solemn and nine. Oh,
Brother Nikwe of Nigeria. Chairman.
You won't pay you, dear mammy. Nigerian. Oh.
Yeah, we pull up in the Benzo, yeah. You want buy Benz, but you no get work. You die your gang. What a pistol for you no get. Fioko you no get gang. CC loading, they be a paper loading. No boy laptop only be bring your client for all chat. You know what see English F9. We dey hustle for mama. We leave home to feed home. One afraid that one blind galley. Chairman, why all the two shots out? Follow back, why all the champagne? Dory man. And that would be
Braggy there. Hey. And finding them until them say, secretary can
What the PPR pass online games that they inside the tweet. We just delete.
Ain't you so low? I mean, hey,
I am model or something actress.
And that's why I did.
You are not from America. You are not from America.
Ukroya uti Legon, Ukroya uti Trasago, Ukroya uti Amede uti ha. Ukroya u ex sugar, Ukroya u di mi Davido, Ukroya cheddar be your school father. Upidi, 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 upidi. Papa, opinion, 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 Papa, opinion, opinion, opinion,
and find they are recording, send you.
So DJ.
And a whole conference, a whole lecture.
Mr. Ben.
Yes, sir. I beg.
The man no contact you.
Oh, me. 1536.
Hold on. 1536.
5133. Wash.
5133.
530.
530. Okay. 1536 513 3530.
Yeah. But who be the DJ? You be the DJ?
No, not be me. Organa.
The DJ, they kill them because this place be a place where people they socialize small. After program, you not allow 20 minutes socialization. No, you they play music. How people go feel entangled and how people go feel entangled and acclimatize and get to their synchronization.
Hello, Andrew. Andrew, can you stop the recording, please?
Allow people to socialize small.